Bread from God's oven, deeper knowledge of God's word. The dangers of temptation. A lesson from Proverbs 7, 5-23. The book of Proverbs is filled with wisdom on how to live a virtuous life, and chapter 7 is no exception. In verses 5-23, Solomon shares a cautionary tale about the dangers of temptation, using the metaphor of a seductive woman to illustrate the subtle and persuasive nature of sin. The scene is set. Solomon describes a young man who is naive and lacking in understanding, walking down the street near the house of a seductive woman. She is described as loud, stubborn, and cunning, with a smooth tongue and a seductive manner. She invites the young man to join her for a night of pleasure, claiming that her husband is away and that she has everything ready for a romantic evening. The tactics of temptation. The woman's tactics are revealing. She uses flattery, persuasion, and promises of pleasure to entice the young man. She appeals to his senses, describing the beauty of her bed and the intoxicating scents of myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. She assures him that there will be no consequences, that her husband is away and will not return for some time. The consequences of giving in. But Solomon warns that giving in to temptation has serious consequences. The young man is drawn in, like an ox to the slaughter, unaware of the danger that lies ahead. He is like a bird rushing into a snare, with no escape. The phrase, "till a dart strike through his liver," is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of sin. Practical applications. So what can we learn from this passage? Here are a few practical applications. Be aware of your surroundings. Be cautious of situations that may lead to temptation. If you know you're prone to certain weaknesses, avoid places or situations that may trigger those desires. Don't underestimate temptation. Temptation can be persuasive and seductive. Don't think you're immune to its power. Guard your heart. Be mindful of your thoughts and emotions. Don't let your heart wander or become complacent. Seek wisdom and discernment. Ask God for wisdom and discernment to recognize the tactics of temptation and to make wise choices. Flee from temptation. If you find yourself in a situation that's becoming tempting, flee from it. Don't think you can handle it on your own. Conclusion. The story of the seductive woman in Proverbs 7 serves as a warning about the dangers of temptation. By being aware of the tactics of temptation and guarding our hearts, we can avoid the devastating consequences of sin. May we seek wisdom and discernment to make wise choices and live a life that honors God.